In the previous video, we saw a small demonstration of how to integrate JavaScript into a HTML file. We saw that there are three basic methods to include JavaScript code into HTML files. One was just writing the piece of JavaScript code inside the double quotes here whenever we specify a certain event. And the other was to use the script tag in the head section and write the JavaScript code within the opening and closing script tags. And the third method is to use the external JavaScript file and just link it here. And in the JavaScript file, we write the actual methods. And I mentioned that this is the preferred way of doing it, and I would recommend that you always choose to write your JavaScript code in a separate file and then just link it into the HTML file like this. That way we can write a lot of code here without having to worry about it cluttering our HTML file. So in this video, I'm going to just expand on what we saw in the previous video and just provide additional examples of how to include JavaScript inside the HTML file. Now we have a couple of methods here, and each method is tied to a certain event associated with a HTML element. Now let's add more events to the same HTML element. So we saw that the input method here has this onChange event, and every time the onChange event is fired, we call this method. Now let's say that we don't want this method to only get fired when the value changes. For example, when we type here, nothing happens. Only when we click outside and the value of the input changes, only then this event gets fired. So let's change that so that whenever we type something into it, it gets triggered automatically. So for this, what we need to do is use a different HTML event, which is something that we saw last time in the previous video. So here we saw this list of events, and we saw that there is an event called onKeyDown, which gets fired every time a user pushes a keyboard key. So let's use that here. So I'm going to say onKeyDown. And here I'm going to say key is pressed. I'm going to save that, and I'll go to the script, and here I'm going to specify that method. So now let's refresh this. And now we can see that every time we press a key, it automatically executes that method. Now what happens if we have both the onChange and onKeyDown in the same HTML element? Let's try that. So let's have this as we had before, and now let's have both of these things. Now if you refresh, and if you click outside, both of them get triggered. What happens if you change the order of these? Then as well it works. Okay. So you can have multiple events tied to the same HTML element. Let's do the same for the button. So we already have the onClick method. Let's add another event. So here we have another event called the onMouseOver, and it says the user moves the mouse over an HTML element. So let's write that. And let's go to the script. So let's try this now. So you can see here that every time I move the mouse over the button, it triggers that method. And when I click it, it triggers the onClick method. So like this, we can have multiple events tied to the same HTML element. I also want to show you one other kind of a JavaScript behavior that we can trigger. It's the alert method. So here we can just say alert, the button was clicked. Actually, this is supposed to be inside the click method. Okay, let's try that. So every time we click the button, it'll create this dialog box. So when we move the mouse over the button, we get that mouse move over method. And when we click it, we get both the console message and also the alert box. Now we've seen a few events and how to trigger JavaScript methods that are being written in the external file. Let's look at some other HTML events. So if you just look for HTML events, you can find links from W3 Schools showcasing the different events. So you can see here that there is a huge list of HTML events. So you can see here there's abort. The event occurs when the loading of media is aborted. Change. This event occurs when the content of a form element, the selection or the checked state have changed. Click. The event occurs when the user clicks on an element. These are things that we've seen so far. The event occurs when an element is being dragged. This event occurs when an element gets focused. So like this, there are so many different kinds of events. So you can see here there's 3 kinds of events just for key presses. So this event occurs when the user is pressing a key. This event occurs when the user presses a key. This event occurs when the user releases a key. So the simple act of just pressing a keyboard key down has 3 different events associated with it. So in the future, when you're developing something much more sophisticated, you can come here and reference these events and see how to create complex behavior in your HTML file. So this was just an expansion on what we saw previously. I wanted to show you a little more sophisticated ways of using the events and methods. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please post them down below in the comment section. Please make sure to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for notifications. And if you wish to support our channel, please consider donating. Links to donation are available for Patreon and UPI, and the links are down below in the description. Every little donation that you make will help us further provide educational content for free. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.